What are dungeons? 309.701.4. This is definitely a weird one, but not too tricky once you've been through it. So let's dive in, get it, and find out what are dungeons? Because dungeon diving? Anyway, dungeons are a brand new card type from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. In this first appearance, there are 3 different dungeons, and you do not have to put any of them in your deck or sideboard to use them. Instead, whenever a card tells you to venture into the dungeon, you choose one of those 3 dungeons, put it into the command zone, and put some sort of counter or marker on the first room at the top of the dungeon. When you enter a room in a dungeon, including the first one, you trigger that room's room ability, which goes on the stack and resolves like any other ability would. The next time you are told to venture into the dungeon, you move your marker down to the next room of the dungeon. Sometimes you have a choice of which room you go to next, but you always move in the same direction, down the dungeon card. You can't start a new dungeon until you have completed the one you are already in. Once you hit the last room in a dungeon and finish resolving that room ability, the dungeon goes away and you have officially completed that dungeon, which some cards do care about in various ways. You can now venture into a new dungeon the next time you are told to, or take another trip through the same one. Weird, right? It's like a mini-story that plays out alongside your game, giving you small thematic effects as you go along. And that's what dungeons are.